Hello, everyone. Today we will talk about a controversial and mysterious topic, conspiracy theories involving some of the biggest names in the music industry. These are stories that have been circulating for years and involve figures like Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, Rihanna, Tupac and many others. Let's explore these theories and try to understand what is behind them. Before we start, leave that like to strengthen the channel. The first theory we'll discuss involves nothing more, nothing less than Rihanna and Jay-Z. According to this theory, Rihanna would have been trafficked into the United States by Jay-Z when she was only 16. She, who lived in Barbados, a small country in the Caribbean, was reportedly discovered by a music producer, Evan Rogers, and secretly taken to the United States on a flight during the early hours. They say that when she arrived in Los Angeles, she went straight to Jay-Z's office, where she was forced to sign a contract. Jay-Z has even commented in interviews that Rihanna was in his office without her parents during the night, and that he would not let her leave without signing the contract. He treated it in a relaxed manner, but for many, this story has a dark side. Jaguar Wright, a former collaborator of Jay-Z, adds another disturbing detail. She claims that Rihanna's father would have received a large amount of money for the trafficking of her daughter. According to Jaguar, he would have sold Rihanna as if it were an object, accepting money in exchange for his freedom. This report adds an even darker layer to the theory, suggesting that not only Jay-Z but also the singer's own father would be involved in the scheme. This theory raises questions about the backstage of the music industry and how far powerful figures would be willing to go to maintain their control. The next theory we'll explore involves two of hip-hop's greatest icons, Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. This theory suggests that Puff Daddy, also known as Diddy, would have played a direct role in the deaths of both rappers. According to reports, Diddy would have offered the sum of $1 million for Tupac to be murdered. This accusation comes from Keefe D., a controversial figure who claimed to have participated in the scheme. Although his word is not definitive, the statement raised many suspicions. Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. were at the peak of their careers during the 90s, but also in the midst of a fierce rivalry between the West Coast, represented by Tupac, and the East Coast, represented by Notorious B.I.G. Their deaths left a void in the rap scene, and many believe that their deaths opened space for other artists like Jay-Z and Nas to thrive. However, the plausibility of this theory is questionable. If Diddy really wanted to eliminate the competition, why get rid of Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. at the same time? The fact is that Notorious B.I.G. was already his protege, and if he had survived, would have continued to be one of the biggest stars under Diddy's control. Thus, while this theory raises intriguing questions, it lacks concrete evidence and remains wrapped in speculation. A little pause to inform you that this video is sponsored by Plash Shop. Are you ready to elevate your style? At Plash Shop, you'll find variety and exclusivity. T-shirts that combine comfort and style, perfect for any occasion. I just love the t-shirts and the prints are amazing. Visit now the Plash Shop and get 10% off your purchase using the coupon DAME10. The next case involves singer Aaliyah and her troubled relationship with R. Kelly. Aaliyah started her musical career at a young age, being discovered and guided by R. Kelly, who was 24 at the time, while she was only 12. This relationship quickly evolved into something darker, with the two marrying illegally when Aaliyah was 15. R. Kelly forged documents to permit the marriage, an act that came to light years later with revelations of abuse and control by Kelly. Aaliyah's death in a tragic plane crash in 2001 spawned conspiracy theories, suggesting that her death could have been planned. One of these theories links Jay-Z and Beyoncé to the incident. According to this theory, Aaliyah was removed from the music scene to pave the way for Beyoncé, who was emerging as one of the leading artists of the time. Aaliyah was already a rising star in R&B, and her success could have been a barrier to Beyoncé's growth. However, this theory lacks substantial evidence. Although Aaliyah's death was an immense loss to the music world, there is no clear evidence that the accident was anything but a tragedy. The theory persists among some fans due to Beyoncé's rapid rise soon after Aaliyah's passing, but like many other conspiracy theories it remains based on speculation without concrete grounds. Now, let's explore Usher's relationship with Puff Daddy, also known as Diddy. Usher entered the music industry at a young age, only 11 years old, and was quickly taken under the tutelage of Diddy. One of the most controversial theories about this relationship involves the so-called flavor camp, a camp where young artists were supposedly introduced to an environment controlled by Diddy, where suspicious things would have happened. Usher, who was one of the rising stars under Diddy's influence, spent a lot of time at this camp. In a recent interview, Usher himself commented that, looking back, he would not allow his children to attend a place like the Flavor Camp, implying that there were strange things going on there that he only fully understood later in life. Although Usher never detailed exactly what he saw or experienced during this period, his statements raise suspicions about what really happened behind the scenes. The close connection between Usher and Diddy during their youth is often pointed to as an example of how controlling young talent may have been, in some ways, detrimental. These statements reinforce the speculation that the Flavor Camp was not as innocent a place as it seemed. And also we have Justin Bieber in the narrative involving Puff Daddy and Usher. Usher was instrumental in Bieber's career, introducing him to Puff Daddy when Bieber was still a teenager. This initial connection seemed promising, but it also brought up questions about the influences that surrounded him. An intriguing video circulated on the internet, where Puff Daddy makes suggestive comments about what he and Bieber would do together during a weekend. Puff's statements, made in a playful tone, raise suspicions about what was really going on behind the scenes, hinting that the activities planned might not be so innocent. This interaction between Bieber, Usher and Puff Daddy highlights the dark side of the music industry where young talent can be exposed to potentially problematic situations, raising concerns about the protection and well-being of rising artists. While many of these theories sound fanciful, they raise important questions about the ethics and protection of artists in the music industry. The veracity of these claims is still debated, and time may reveal new truths and details that currently remain hidden. We invite you to share your thoughts and opinions on these intriguing cases in the comments, as their voices are essential to enrich this discussion.